it's FLT, Friendship, Love, and Truth. So it's a lot of the same similarities, and there's a reason for the same similarities. Some of the very early founders and fathers of Pythianism were Oddfellows. And the story of Damon and Pythias, which our order is founded on and evokes in our allegory, and what we do a lot in the lodge, is based on that friendship bond between the ancient legendary story of Damon and Pythias. And if you all don't know of the story of Damon and Pythias, I encourage you to either go home and read some more about in this pamphlet that we gave you, or to look it up on Wikipedia. It's a very interesting story, but it's similar to the story that we share in Odd Fellowship with Jonathan and David. And that similarity carried on. The first Supreme Grand Chancellor. I always have to say this very slowly, because being a Mason, there are masters and Grand Masters, and then there are, and it's different raps. We're exactly the different than a lot of my other organizations, and we never can remember what they are. But when we walk into the lodge, we kind of know that we're wearing our Pythian helmet, or that we're wearing our Masonic apron, or we're, heart and hand in Odd Fellowship. But the Odd Fellows, the first Supreme Chancellor was actually a deputy representative to the sovereign, which is equivalent to Supreme Lodge. And in fact, the Knights of Pythias grew so rapidly is because he recruited people at Sovereign Grand Lodge of Oddfellows. And he basically converted people over from Odd Fellowship to also being Pythians. And there was a period of time where most Pythians were Oddfellows and most Oddfellows were Pythians. And that very often, since Pythianism started after Oddfellows, a lot of the Pythians met in Oddfellows lodges until they were able to build their own castles. That's what we call the structure that we have in Pythianism. But I'm going to ask Sully to talk about our first Supreme Chancellor, Samuel Reed, and he's going to talk about him a little bit because he's also an Oddfellow, and Sully's done quite a bit of scholarship on him.
Well, it's the trifecta, the FDR trifecta, or the Reed trifecta, because he predated FDR. The Masons, Oddfellows, and the Knights of Pythias. Masons, Oddfellows, and Knights of Pythias. Supreme Chancellor Reed had the first, what I like to call the Pan-Chivalric Union dinner. He had a big dinner when he was made Supreme Chancellor with Masons, Oddfellows, and Knights of Pythias. And this was in Indiana, I believe, when it happened in 1870. And he was definitely a fraternalist, which is why we're all here tonight to celebrate fraternalism, as shown by Justice Rathbone, who I believe also was an Oddfellow, who gave us the quote, "Fraternal love held home and bound, how beautiful this world would be." And I don't think anything exemplifies that more than groups of different stripes, different flags, different orders coming together to celebrate long-term membership.
And I might give a thank you, Sully.
Thanks, sir.
I might give a plug. Sully is the founder of. We have a dinner the third Saturday of every month here at Laurel Lodge, and you're all welcome to come back. We have Crab Fest, Shrimp Fest, we have Oktoberfest, we have Chili Cook-Off Night. Our sisters organization just had a dinner last month, a Spaghetti Fest. One of our honorees tonight, Dave Bernard, comes up from South Carolina, and puts on a corned beef and cabbage festival during March.
March, yeah.
Sully founded a dinner during July called the Pan-Chivalric Dinner. That's a mouthful. You have to say it several times. The Pan-Chivalric Dinner means crossing the chivalric organizations. And we've brought and we've invited patriarchs, militant from the Odd Fellows, people from the Fraternal Order of Police, the Knights of Columbus. We have had Masons, and we've had other members of the Knights of Pythias.
And not to mention the Pythian sisters, we always invite them.
And the Pythian sisters. In this lodge room for a July dinner, it's usually a little bit more of a formal affair.
August. It's in August.
In August, yeah, I'm sorry. So we'll keep you all appraised of that, and we'd like to invite you to come back later on in the summer. I think what we would like to do now is to move into our honoree section. So could I please have Giles Mills and David Leonard and Sir Warren Litchfield come forward, please.
You're not honoring me, you're just a 50.
No, I'm sorry. Giles and Richard Harding's not here, so yeah. Giles Mills Jr., you've been a Pythian for 50 years. You've provided leadership, knowledge, and mentorship to many in this lodge. You've done so for me especially. As treasurer, but you've been Grand Chancellor, and I believe you've also served in Supreme? No, just within the Grand Lodge. And also you've served in just about every chair in this lodge. You certainly have filled in just about every position for me while I've been Chancellor. I would like to present you with a 50-year diploma and your life membership card and a 50-year gift. I would like to give you this moment. You might tell some people that don't know that you're actually second generation. I don't know about your grandparents, but your father was a
Well, actually, I started in Korea. He's only 96, so he's got a few years to go. Otherwise, I mean, it is really popular. And I got a lot out of my record state as it's a lot of French here. And I argue with people so well that that's part of it. All I have to say, so, working with these guys, I hope to continue to know that they have a here.
1 minute.
You make it.
Yeah, you make sure we. Very good.
David Leonard, I wish you lived back here so I could benefit from your mentorship. You've meant a lot to this lodge, particularly one member that is here who's told me the days, folks, there's a youth group that really all Pythian lodges still should have. But this day and age, we don't have it anymore. But for years, Dave ran Phi Delta Phi, which was the boys' youth group of Pythianism. And Billy Welford, who is on our board of trustees and is my vice chancellor, was a member and a signer of the charter that's somewhere in this room and all this stuff. Yeah. But you have been an inspiration to many Pythians out of Laurel Lodge. And I know your father was a member here. He's a 50 years member. So I present you your 50-year diploma and your life membership card in this 50-year.
It's been an honor to work with this lodge. And as much as I can come back and have to work with this lodge, I will. I now belong to a lodge in Ellery, South Carolina, which I'm working with. They're begging me to go into the Grand Lodge, and I don't want to. But I've served Laurel for many years. I started off when I was, 15, 16 years old, when they used to have the turkey shoots down at Willis's Hall. I was the little kid who turned the targets. And it just, I worked up through the ranks and was brought in. We've had some great times. We've had some bad times. Things I can remember, Laurel Lodge used to have fishing trips out of Chesapeake Beach. Don't do that no more. This lodge needs to get itself together to try to emphasize friendship, charity, benevolence of all its members and other people, and get things, get something started to stir the people up. Because there's nothing here to keep this lodge together unless you do that. The lodge I belong to in Ellery, South Carolina, they have, matter of fact, 2 months ago they had a race at the Ellery racetrack, and they did great down there. They, I don't know how many thousands they made. They made a lot of money. This last Tuesday, the whole lodge got together, and they had a swim party at the local swimming pool they rented. There's 55 members there, plus their kids and family. I was really shocked. I mean, I haven't seen the Pythianism like that in many, many years. But they really get together. That's what we need to do around here, whether it's with Knights Pythians, Odd Fellows, or whoever. We need to get things stirred up, get young into it, get them stirred up. Thank you.
Thank you.